This past Thursday, the Soul Fusion Special Edition came out, and every time a new Special Edition comes out, I like to open a couple of them on the channel, and this one's actually, I feel very conflicted about it. On one hand, the sheer value of the cards inside makes this an objectively good product. On the other hand, the cards inside, at least 3 of them, are used in a very degenerate strategy, so I'm a little bit conflicted, but from a consumer standpoint, this is a very, very good product, and honestly, I think the last time that we had a Special Edition that had so many good promos was like Code of the Duelist, where we had Solemn Strike and Mistar Boy and all sorts of good stuff, Skullmeister. This one, so if we take a look at the promos here, 4 of them are very good. So both of the current cards that we've already had out, the reprints that they're giving us, Summon Sorceress, this is very important. Obviously the card was already expensive, but more importantly, this card was only available in the TCG US side of things, so you couldn't actually play that card in Europe or Australia, or I think South America as well. Maybe South America can play those, I'm not quite sure. At least Europe and Australia couldn't play it. And then also you have Isolde, which is a very good card as well. The problem is that I'm kind of saying here, both of these cards are used in a lot of degenerate strategies and degenerate combos, so it's kind of conflicting. But as single cards that should have been reprinted, this is a great place to reprint them. It's also worth mentioning, I'll talk about it in a little bit, but there's no jump promos anymore, so cards like Summon Sorceress won't have to get reprinted in these special editions. And then for the preview cards, you have Neospace Connector, which is, I wish this card kind of stayed away in the next set. So these preview cards from Savage Strike, and of all the cards to be imported, Neospace Connector is a very good card, but that kind of is why I wish it wasn't imported. If you think of like the Code of the Duelist one, or it wasn't the Code of the Duelist one, but whatever one imported Called by the Grave, I think that's the type of card that you'll want to see in these special editions, because it's not like inherently broken, it's just a cool card to have. But Neospace Connector is used in a lot of Gumblar strategies. Anyway though, yeah, so 3 out of the 4 promos are really good. I'd be happy to pull any of them, so let's just let's jump right in with this pack opening, or special edition opening, as I bump the camera. Professional YouTuber, by the way. So I think that when they make these promos, it's good to have actual valuable cards, so that when you open them, you're not like disappointed. We've in the past had some ones where it seems like 2 of the promos out of the 4 are just garbage, so you can potentially open a really, really bad special edition. So I think luckily in this case, I would be happy to pull any of the promos. So we can see here we have Neospace Connector and Summon Sorcerer. Wow, this... I can't quite explain it. The back of this card is like, feels like scratched up. Honestly, both these feel like, huh, that's weird. That probably doesn't matter. It's just very strange. It seems like the back isn't as smooth as I'm used to. Anyway, we have Neospace Connector. If you don't know what this card does, it's breaking the game right now. So when this card is normal summon, you can special summon 1 Neospatian monster or 1 Elemental Hero Neos from your hand or deck in defense position. You can tribute this card, then target 1 Neospatian monster or 1 Elemental Hero Neos in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position. You can only use each effect once per turn. So on paper, this is a really cool piece of support for Neos decks and Neospatian cards. If you remember earlier this year, Konami gave us a ton of Neospatian support. It didn't really actually do anything competitively, but they seem to really be pushing it, and that's cool. On paper, this is really nice to have for a Neospatian deck. The problem with this card is that it isn't going to be used in Neospatian decks because those aren't a thing. It's only going to be used in Gumblar strategies because this card can summon Aqua Dolphin from the deck, and I can't believe that we're at a point in Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, I said this over and over again, where Aqua Dolphin is like actually a competitively viable card, and a card that is part of a lot of different combos. But this card can summon Aqua Dolphin, so it takes a card out of your opponent's hand, and then you can make Isolde with it because this is a warrior, Aqua Dolphin's a warrior. So this card, while it is cool card design, it'd be a lot cooler if it restricted you to like Neospatian special summons for us to turn to Neo special summons, so it wasn't getting abused in other warrior decks. But I mean, it's a really good card, so it's nice to have as a promo, I guess. And then Summon Sorceress, I mean, I think you all know about this card. I haven't actually used this card in any deck profiles. I haven't bothered to get the jump version of this card. I haven't played any of the combo decks that really want to use this. The only decks that I would play that would use this would be like Burning Abyss, but that deck doesn't really have a good way to make this and to abuse it. So I haven't really used this card, but it's a very good card. And yeah, so there's no jump promos anymore. Summon Sorceress was a jump promo. We've had plenty of good jump promos in the past couple of years here, but they just canceled that. The last promos are being given out. They're legal on June, so I think usually they come out like 1 month before that. So that'll be kind of interesting. No jump promos anymore. I think the reason, I didn't read too much into it, but I believe that the reason was that they're just not doing subscriptions anymore, and they're not just going to send people cards for free. So without any subscription, they don't have any costs, or they don't have any money to actually pay pay for the cards and you pay to ship them out and stuff. But Shonen Jump, it's a real shame, but I guess I don't know. It's probably good for the state of the game, just that cards like Summon Sorceress, other territories in the TCG aren't waiting so long to get them. Anyway, World Dino Wrestling, Until Noble Arms Are Needed Once Again. What a long name. That's actually a really good card, though. Sailman Great, Jack Jaguar. Second Expedition into Danger. Hilariously, this card basically copy and paste the artwork from the Danger field spell. The only change is obviously the this little boat, because it's the Second Expedition. Pretty funny, though. They didn't really change the artwork at all. We have Toll Hike, Incantation Penicil Plume, Crusadia Spatha, Diflexer Chimera, and Salmon Great Mare. So we have some Salmon Great cards that keep getting revealed. I guess they're getting like a structure deck and all sorts of support. So if you like those Salmon Great cards, you're in for a good year. Alright, World Legacy World Wand, Incantation Bookstone, Edge Imp Cotton Eater. Oh my gosh, I'm having a difficult time today. Dino Wrestler Capitera, Thunder Dragon Duo. My friend was actually looking for one of those earlier. Clock Wyvern, Eternal Galaxy, 2-for-1 team. What the heck? Hey, that's Helping Robo, like number 16, is that what the guy's name is? And Gravekeeper Spiritualist. Remember all that Gravekeeper support that was really good on paper, but never did anything? Me too. Because I think we talked about the last time we opened Soul Fusion. It's always a weird situation where, like, I mean, all the Gravekeeper cards are really good, just like, if you just read them and don't put them in the context of, like, 2018 Yu-Gi-Oh! Agave Dragon, Galaxy Brave, Orchestrated Attack, Invincibility Barrier, Heritage of the Chalice. Unfortunately, the Noble Knight support ended up not being very good. Well, once again, it's a support that is objectively good. It's just not good enough for 2018, because, I mean, like, Asian Persuasion, like, topped regional with, like, a 50-card Noble Knight deck right when they came out. But despite the fact that they have a Reinforcement of the Army that also can grab equip spells, and despite the fact that they have, like, a Subterra Fiendus card, it just wasn't quite enough, which is kind of a downer. I would like to see Noble Knights be good one day. It's always weird though, like when I went to YCS Pasadena, I was legitimately afraid of Noble Knights just like as a rogue strategy, but no one really played them. And the next one here, so it'd be cool to pull the other promos. Sorry, my tripod just like fell. Anyway, we have Prank Kids Roxy's. Those Prank Kids. At the time of filming this, which is on Saturday, there is currently a Prank Kids deck that is 7-1 at YCS Milan right now. I'm not sure if they'll actually top. That'd be pretty cool, though. So this is the import card. I know literally nothing about this archetype, so I'm not even going to try to guess if this card is good or bad. At the very least, I can say that it's a cool import because it's an import that, I mean, Konami's just trying to, before the Prank Kids hype dies out, if there is any hype to it, at least people can play this new card. So that exists. And then we pulled another Summon Sorceress. Very cool. So we didn't pull the Isolde. Like I said, it doesn't really matter for our purposes, but it would be cool just to see what the super rare version looks like. Obviously, it's going to be pretty much the same as ultra rare, just without gold lettering. But sometimes these cards, when they get printed as promos, the foiling looks a little different. Sometimes the card is a little darker as well. Kind of like the European cards are always darker, but for us, it seems just like promo cards are. Okay. Bear Blocker, Dino Wrestler King T. Rextil, Invincibility Barrier, Galaxy Brave, and Galanta, the Orcus Automation. Poor Orcus. I guess one deck that I didn't really think of that was like a loser from the ban list because I haven't played against it was Orcus. I guess they really liked Armageddon Knight. That's what I've heard. So it kind of sucks for those players that they can't use. I mean, Armageddon Knight, don't get me wrong, is way too broken to be around. But it always sucks when other decks like Orcus or any rogue strategy or any casual strategies get caught in the sort of collateral damage. Okay. Edge Imp Cotton Eater, World Legacy World 1, Predablast, Mystric Holder. What is this card? If this card is normal special, something is starred, discard one card and apply with the following effect. Spin type it, add a trap card. What? This doesn't even look like a real card. Has anyone ever seen this card? If I was going to make another... Well, now I can't put this card in there. But if I'm going to make another one of those videos of, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards you've never heard of, like, I've opened like 3 boxes of this set, and I've never seen this card in my entire life. I have to go back and, like, look at those videos. Did I, like, pull this card? I've never seen this. That's so weird. I mean, it's not very good, but it's... Oh, it's so... It is not very often in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where I come across a card that I have not seen before, if it's from an older set that's already come out. That is very, very strange. Like this card, like maybe not everyone knows what this card is, but like I know what this card is. It's just like, man, I've never seen a card. That rarely happens, where I've just literally never seen a card before from a set that I've already opened. Very strange. Okay, last pack here, Crusadia Crawler. Orchestrated Attack, Until No Lives Needed once again, World Down Wrestling, and lastly, Thunder Dragon Roar. So at least we pulled a half-decent Ultra Rare. Not that the Noble Knight Ultra Rare isn't good, but this is a pretty good one as well. So at least we pulled some Token Collector. Man, this is a card that should have been a Special Edition promo. This card would have been super popular against Sky Strikers when they were using Trick Stars, and you would have 3 copies of Scapegoat and 3 copies of Hornet Drones. This card would have been really amazing. It sucks that it came out one set too late. Anyway, though, that is going to be it for today's video. Like I said, even though my pulls aren't that good, this Special Edition is really good value. I mean, if you just think about how much you would have spent on 1 copy of Summon Sorceress back when it was only an Ultra Rare, we just spent like $20 and pulled 2 copies of it, and they're usable cards. You could also pull other stuff from the set. Soul Fusion in particular has a ton of great secret rares. Pretty much if you pull a secret rare, you have a pretty high chance of making your money back. So in general, I think it's worth sort of supporting Konami when they actually give us good products. So I'm a huge fan of the Soul Fusion Special Edition, even though many of the promo cards I feel shouldn't be in the game at all. If they're going to be in the game, at least having obtainable reprints is a good thing. Anyway, though, I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.